Greetings and welcome today to our extra restorative or ultra restorative yoga practice. Today will be largely about breath and just breath into all parts of the body. Wait, that's what it's always about, but it's going to be super gentle. So, this practice today will be safe and good for anyone going through really intense times and who are having strong contracted kind of feelings in their body, in their heart, in their emotions, whatever it might be, or dealing with cancer or some such things, in which case, usually there are holds in the body or places in the body where breath is not easily getting to or that aren't getting oxygenated easily. So, when we are stressed, as you've probably noticed, we are gripping in the muscles, in the face, in our feels, in all the things. And for this practice, that's all we're going to do is breathe with some sound and very gentle movement into all the parts of the body. Really imagining breath in their vibration, life force moving. Cancer grows in anaerobic environments where the air is not, or oxygen is not easily getting to. Of course, that's delivered by way of the blood. So, when we imagine breathing into an area, it's been proven through science that we are actually sending more blood flow to that area, oxygenated blood flow. So, I want to start you very gentle today, lying on your back. And you'll need a pile of pillows for this, or a bolster or two, and or a blanket. So I have here like a yoga blanket, but you could take any blanket, especially a heavier or firmer one, and just kind of roll it. This blanket is going to go the length of your spine. Optionally, of course, if you have a long, narrow pillow, that's great too. So a long, narrow roll or pillow for the length of your spine. You want it to be long enough that your head is on it and that it gets at least down to like mid back. Yeah, if your head's comfortable on the floor, you could just put a pillow under your head, or if your head's comfortable laying further back, that's great. Just in our culture with a lot of head forward stuff, it's not actually comfortable for most people to have something under their spine and then their head back. It's going to make the chin lift and the back of the neck close, which sets your nervous system onto alert. And we are here to take your nervous system off of alert. So grab a blanket roll or a pillow for your spine, and then a big pillow or two, or a couple blocks with a blanket on it, or a bolster, some such thing, for underneath your knees. And we're just going to begin lying on the back with breath awareness. Coming to lie down, your seat will be on the floor. Your bolster or support is underneath your knees, and your feet are on the floor. Optionally, your feet could be together, sides of the feet on the floor, and the knees falling open a bit. We're going to play with different shapes in the legs very gently. So feeling the support of your props and the earth beneath you. Excuse me. I'll just begin to settle in. Please take your time. If you need to gather things or set them up in a good way, take your time. You could press pause, you could come back, and we're going to be here for a little bit. And let your elbows rest on the floor. If for any reason that's uncomfortable in the shoulders, or if or when there are kind of frozen shoulder things or tension there, you could always lift your elbows or lift the lower arms in order to set the head of the humerus, so the upper arm bone, back into the shoulders more to relieve there. Otherwise, as you're comfortable too, we're just going to let our elbows rest and bring the hands to the belly and the heart center. Let me say, not necessarily center, wherever your hands land, with the elbows on the floor. One around the belly, one around the heart. Some people like to use the left hand on the heart side, and the right hand on the belly, you can just test it and see what feels right for you. So, of course, life is always bringing us challenging situations. And in this time in the world, of course, with COVID and all the repercussions and rippling out effects of that, as well as it just seems like it's a great time of reveal, of transmutation, of transitions, of letting go, of endings and new beginnings, of incidents and accidents, of all the things that might happen when we are being called to a new or different kind of attention or to slow down. As I record this today, Mercury is also in retrograde, which might ask us to reflect on the past, to slow down altogether, to completions rather than new beginnings right now. So let us take this pause today and notice what is alive in our body minds right now. What have we been holding on to for ideas, stories, or feelings that might be causing tension in the body mind? And when I say body mind, this is because when you're in utero as a baby, an embryo, your brain sends out little pockets of fascia or connective tissue into which your organs and all the things, your muscles, everything grows. And therefore, that is your brain, the connective tissue, a device of communication between the brain and the rest of the body. Body, mind, brain throughout your body. Every thought affecting what happens in your muscles and bones. Everything that happens in your body affecting your thoughts and your emotions, the chemicals that are created in the body mind. Knowing this, may we dive in here with compassion that as we invite areas to open, we may encounter unsavory thoughts or feelings that we have been avoiding. We don't need to know the story, and we don't need to complete or even try to change the story, but just simplify the reality of breath, embodiment, breathful embodiment. First, sense into your body on the earth, the floor beneath you, the earth under your home, the layers of earth, the bones of our ancestors, all the creepy crawly things, the roots of all the growing things, and the mycelia running beneath us, connecting, communicating, being that web of communication between all the growing things. And our bodies in connection with the earth, ever changing, healing, and renewing. And what has gone before upon this earth, being food and fuel for what is being grown. In the same way, what has gone before in your life, being fuel for your knowing, your wisdom, your growth and healing. Long, slow, deep breaths into your connection to earth. See if you can sense into your back body. Feel into the support beneath your spine and breathe into it. Here in this season of autumn, this month of October, extra invited to really celebrate in a quieter way, likely, well, at least until Halloween, all that has come before, our ancestors, and the way, like the trees, we are reminded of the importance of letting go of things, expectations, limiting beliefs, stories that are causing us to filter our realities in ways that are maybe not serving us. Breathing into this wisdom of the letting go, this beauty in the decay. How everything that is let go of becomes part of something new that we are welcoming. Breathing like compost, if you can imagine, into that darkness, into that supportive earth, each breath a turning like tilling the soil. Long, slow, deep breaths, as much as you can, in the nose and out the nose or the mouth with a soft jaw and soft tongue. And maybe begin to bring sighs or hums or letting go sounds into your exhales. Breathe so deeply into the earth and pause in the fullness and let go. Please continue with that as you like. If you are breathing much deeper and fuller than you usually do, notice that you might start getting a little lightheaded and maybe just ground. You could touch the earth, you could slow down that exhale and pause and just let yourself be breathed for a moment until you're again ready to deepen and lengthen your breath with intention. And we're not forcing the expansion of the breath. We're counting just to like a 5 or a 6, a nice rich breath without overexerting. Now, if you will, I invite you to imagine that breath connecting to the underground waters, to the rivers and the streams beneath the earth. The movement of water helping to transmute and compost and turn all the things. And in the same way, your body, all of our circulation, our whole circulatory system, our veins, our lymphatic system, the movement of all the fluids, moved by the breath, by movement in the body. And just as we may have watched a little stream or a creek, especially where it's gentler or there is less movement, you might notice where sometimes there's a pileup of leaves or things fallen. And in the same way, sometimes our bodies, little pileups of stress, of thoughts, of feelings, of gripping around things that we don't want to be happening. And these little pileups, in the same way, will cause sometimes a stagnancy. And just like in the stagnancy that we might see in water, there is growth, a different kind of growth than there is in moving water. Similarly, in our bodies, when oxygenated blood is not moving through in anaerobic environments, there can be tension, a holding of that stress or those feels or injury even. And in that spots where it's anaerobic, where there's lack of flow, the cells there have to find a new way to survive without that oxygenated blood. And this is what cancer is, that survival, body attempting to survive in a new way, these cells attempting to survive. So I invite you to imagine into areas that you have had stress, tension, or injury. And you could keep your hands on belly and heart, feeling into that greater central wave of breath. Or if there have been any areas or are any areas of stickiness, maybe bring your hands to these areas and breathe into these areas, imagining your breath like the streams underground, like the breeze, like the current of water, creating a current in your body of life force, of oxygenated blood, of movement through the sticky parts in life. Breathe into it bright and full as you can through your nose, and as you exhale, maybe out the mouth, or either way, soft jaw, letting go. Notice if you create some vibration, you'll feel that vibration likely in many parts of your body. This will deepen the calming of the nervous system, encouraging habitual holds to let go. Notice your jaw and tongue as you exhale and the connection to your neck and shoulders. Really encourage the jaw and the tongue to relax, and any holding in the neck and shoulders to be melted with the exhale. Breathing breath through the earth, a length of spine, and a little expansion of that river of your spine, branching out now into the chest and the shoulders. And maybe you give your jaw a little wiggle or circles. Imagine your jaw slowly melting, the holds of the jaw letting go, jaw just dripping down away from the upper teeth, back into the head a bit, softening. Letting go. Ah. And lift your head a bit and turn as far as you can onto one ear. And really reach out through the opposite arm. So you're getting a nice opening through that ear and shoulder. And you could play here with rolling the palm to the ground and the palm open, even rolling the palm in the other direction towards the ground. Just rolling that hand around. Full circle or as much full circle as feels good. Please don't let this be a mechanical movement. It's not about moving the hand. It is about feeling into where the tension is and sending the breath into these areas. Soft jaw, head to one side, hand on the opposite side, rolling, slow and steady on the earth through a full circle with deep full breath in the nose and soft jaw out the mouth or the nose. Maybe imagine as you inhale, opening that hand and gathering up any tension, unfelt or unsaid things, and exhale and just pour it back out into the earth. Let the breath and the vibration wash that away. Let's go about 5 more breaths. And please, if tears or coughs or yawns come, take them and let that exhale be as complete as it can with your sound or with your yawn or whatever it is. Let go and welcome the fullness of a bright new breath, the opening of new space. All sounds welcome. Please stay with that as you like, or roll very slowly back to center. Take pause in center and notice the difference in the sides, the movement of energy in the area you are focused on, the warmth, maybe tingling, the sparkling of circulation. And as inspired, slow and steady, lift and turn your head to the other side. Come as far as you breathfully, comfortably, without force can, onto that ear. And reach out through the opposite hand. Encourage that shoulder down off of the chest. And big breaths here for a few, just in stillness, feeling the air in the areas of tension or resistance. Use the breath to create more stretch, puffing up your chest, soft jaw. Two or three more breaths like this. And stay with that as you like, or begin to move the hand in the circles for about 6 to 8 breaths. Rolling through that shoulder with the move of the hand. Full circle with the hand as much as you effortlessly can, or with mellow effort. Last couple breaths in this way. And come back to center and pause. Notice all those areas, movement of energy, and the difference in the sides. As you're ready, bend your elbows and bring the elbows in at your sides with the palms facing each other, fingers pointing towards the sky. Inhale and lift your chin so that it's perpendicular to the earth and press into the back of the head a little bit. Lift the chin as much as you need to feel the pressure into the center back of the head, right behind the upper ears if you were to draw a line straight back. Legs can be in any way. If you'd like to, you could bring the feet to the floor and stand onto your feet, maybe beginning to move towards a bridge. Otherwise, simply focus on the upper chest. Inhale and press into elbows and squeeze your shoulders onto your support there. Puff up your chest. Exhale and melt the chest back down. Relax through your shoulders. Again, follow your breath. Inhale, press into shoulders, press into elbows, squeeze the shoulders onto the back, work the shoulder blades to squeeze your support there. And exhale, just let the breath out and shoulders come back to neutral and relax. With your breath, let's go about 7 more. Last couple breaths here. Deep, full breaths. At any point, just rest the hands back onto your torso. You could release any efforting from the breath a moment, especially if your fingers are getting tingly or you're feeling lightheaded. Again, that will be the body getting more oxygen than it's used to. And so just come back and let it ground. You're always welcome to push the body, getting more oxygen and flooding it, but it's not always the best thing at first. We want to ramp up, we want to give it little servings and not overdose. So, just like any drug or medicine, can cause more poisonous effects based on the dose. So, we don't want to like purge everything all at once. We're looking to be gentle and mellow with ourselves. Here, maybe press into your heels and bridge up, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. If you'd like to, re-articulate into the arms, lift your chest. You could take a few breaths here if you've got more energy. If you are dealing with cancer, then we want to really be careful with how we use our energy. So stay super mellow and just lift your hips enough to remove your lower support and then roll over onto one side. Take your time on your side to transition. Just let your head rest at first and press into your top fingers down into the earth and drape on up to sit. Keep your neck soft as you come up, and then sit either on either of your supports. We're going to take a little pause in a seat. If there is something going on in the body that feels uncomfortable in your seat for a cross-legged seat, then please sit up onto a chair or a higher cushion. And then from here, we're going to get into the spine a little bit more. We'll do a little bit of seated stuff, and then we'll come back down to the earth. So inhale with hands on your knees. Draw the chest forward, the heart forward, lower back in. As you exhale, excuse me, press into the earth and lower belly comes in, chin to chest. Inhale, give a little pull on the knees, lower back in, heart forward, and exhale and round. We're looking to just get our spine as fluid as possible here. Long, slow breaths, undulating the spine, moving with the breath. Again, let this not be about repetitions or any mechanical movement in the spine, but really about allowing the breath to get into that space, the oxygenated blood, the synovial fluid, cerebrospinal fluid, etc., all the fluids to get into the space between all of the vertebrae. All of the vertebrae in turn squeezing and releasing like little sponges, washing out and creating a greater flow of that stream of energy through your spine. Really let the neck go with that. Soft jaw, soft neck, long, slow breaths to any edge that feels delicious for you, or at least interesting and not painful. And 3 to 5 breaths more in this way, depending on the rate of your breath. Do what's right for you. I'll probably be at about 4 breaths. The next time that you come up to sit, come up tall and take pause. We're going to work with the hands on the floor. So if the floor feels far away from you here, then bring your hands onto a block or a pillow, something closer. At first, just press down through the fingers and lift up through your heart. We're going to focus on one side at a time. So, if you like, push through those left fingers and let your right ear be heavy, heavy, heavy towards that right shoulder. And soften your jaw as you breathe. And again, imagine that stream that we're clearing out any stagnancy from today. That stream of breath, washing any stickiness here out of the neck shoulder connection. Breaths in the nose, and here I would definitely encourage a soft jaw, release of breath out the mouth. Horse lips or sighs or mouth circles to encourage the release of the jaw more. If you feel tension, release there. Tension there, invite that release in that way. You could hold this still or last few breaths. Maybe give a little nod of chin towards that left shoulder, or a little roll of chin towards the chest, and back up towards shoulder. Wherever feels breathful for you, last breath or two. And then we're going to slide into that right hand or forearm and reach that left arm across body. Press into that left sit bone and inhale your left side body. Press into that bottom hand and roll face chest to the sky. You could stay here and breathe. You could bend your elbow and hold the base of your skull. Press the head back into the hand and reach to your elbow and breathe the side body here. And just a few more breaths. Again, if there's any feeling of fatigue, come out sooner, make a more mellow variation, or just breathe and wait. And inhale, release that arm, let it flow back down, come back to center, pause in center. And again, notice the effect of your breath and movement, the difference in the sides, and how maybe it feels slow or even boring or like not a lot's happening until we go and compare side to side. And oh, yeah, that life force, energy, opening, greater flow into an area where there was once less. So let's go into the next, second side. Left ear heavy to the shoulder. Press down strongly through those right fingertips. Soft jaw. Breathe into that right connection of ear, jaw, shoulder, neck. Let the mouth go on your exhales. Imagine that inhale just washing clear any stickiness or stagnancy in this area. I can stay more still with that, or last 3 or 4 breaths. Maybe bring a little nod, chin towards that right shoulder. Or a little roll towards the chest and back. And then slide a little bit deeper, maybe into that left hand or even forearm if you're very stretchy, and swoop that right arm across the body. Root into that right sit bone and reach those right fingers overhead. Optionally, bend that elbow, hold the base of your skull, and press the head back into the hand. Root into the right sit bone and reach through your elbow. Bring the breath into that right side body. You can be pressing into the left hand as well here. And again, if there's a lot of fatigue, please just use the effort where it is most necessary. And that side body stretch. Breath into the bottom tip of that lung. Imagine the breath there scooping out any stagnancy, bringing in great life force and fluidity, and thereby energy. The more breath the body gets, the more energy it gets. That's when the breath hits the cells, they light up with adenosine triphosphate or ATP in the mitochondria, creating energy in the body. Last couple of breaths here. And of course, if we're holding tension and stress, it is eating up that oxygen so much faster. Whenever the muscles are contracted, that energy is getting used not efficiently. And swoop the arm down. And take pause and just give a little roll out, neck, shoulders, mouth, and just feel into the space that you're making. Maybe jaw circles. And let's do a couple of things for lower back and hips, as well as a twist for the spine with our bolster or pillow pile now. So we're going to, if there's tightness in the legs or the lower back, please stay sitting up high on your cushion. And if there is tightness in your legs, or just because it feels good here, then I really encourage you to bring your bolster and a block, or elbows and fist, or a couple of pillows, a pillow pile, whatever you need. You could even rest onto a chair here. So you could bring a chair that your leg could go under and bring the arms to a chair. Or pull the bolster strongly into your belly and lift your belly, maybe even giving a little pressure of your supports into your organs there. So again, that little pressure and then the release when we're done will be like a little sponge, kind of washing out the organs. And you could rest your head onto your fist and elbow, or rest your head just onto your fists, or again, your pillow pile, or whatever's there for you. Maybe sitting upright is best for you. If you can, bow in and support your head. If you support your head, then the neck muscles can relax. Inhale into any areas of tension or resistance here. Big breaths in the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Wherever you feel that sensation or resistance, again, imagine into that stream of the earth of your body, getting washed by the current of your breath. Clear flow of life energy, nourishing, healing your body mind, washing away any old stories or beliefs, any experiences of stress or disease in the body. Focusing on healing, letting go of stagnancy to create space for more healing energy. Letting go breaths, last 3 or 4. Soft mouth. Using the vibrations to let go there. Please stay if there's something just beginning to melt or move for you. Otherwise, move slowly with your breath. As you inhale, press and drape up. Keep your neck soft. Move slowly and switch your support and your legs, all that, so that you're on your second side. This side could be different. If it's tight and anything is arguing with you there, then Please just sit up a little higher, bend the knee if you need to. You could always support under the leg as well with your smaller support, meaning under the knee. All right, so be where it's right for you. Stack up, hug in, get that little pressure, lift tall, and lengthen. Reach forward with your heart, and then rest the head on any stack up of support there. Long spine, and bow into your body. Bow into yourself. Thank you, body. Deep breaths in the nose. Right to wherever that resistance is, and out the mouth. Another 3 or 4 breaths into those sticky areas, using the current and vibration to move that stagnancy. Please stay as you like and gently roll on up to sit. And take your time again, moving very slowly. I think I'm actually just going to bring us down onto the back now, where we're also going to get our twist and some shoulder opening. So come to lie down. For this, you could use a block. You don't really need any props. We're going to do shoulder opening with a twist, chest opening as well. So the block is here really just as an alarm system. So we're going to be lying down with the knees bent straight out from the hips and the heels straight down from your knees. We're going to have the block exactly behind the sacrum. That's the big bone at the base of your spine. You may want to use your spinal support or a small pillow underneath your head here if your neck feels uncomfortable resting on the earth here. Otherwise, if you can rest on the earth, you might get a little more neck shoulder release there, but we don't want it at the expense of tension, holding against like, it's kind of intense. We don't want that. So lying down, maybe the block behind you as your alarm system, to just let us know when we've let the knees release or disconnect. So what we want to do is keep a 90-degree angle of the legs, and the knees are connected, the heels are connected, and the sacrum is level, so that SI joint is connected. So we're staying safe there as we invite a twist. And because we're going to be spiraling, and when you spiral, there's always the more flexible parts like this part of the spine and the hip setup that's going to want to pull back. So we're not going to let that pull back, just so we're getting this where we need it. If your block drops, you disconnected your knees. You might anyways, and the block might not drop, but just so there you're ready. Bottom arm is straight out from the shoulder, and top hand comes on top of that bottom upturned hand. And at first, reach past your bottom hand. Push back a little bit. Make sure you've got clearance over the head, as we're going to draw a rainbow over our head soon. You can do that when we get there, or just so you know. All right, bottom hand connected to top hand. Reach past that top hand. So you get a little stretch, neck, shoulder, and then as you come back, push down into that top hand, the inner arm, and across the chest with a little bit of pressure, and open, cross chest, open, open, and just roll to whatever edge is breathful for you right now. It may warm up and get easier, so don't worry about forcing this anywhere. Exhale back across the chest, back across the hand, and reach past that hand again. So, inhaling, you're going to pull back on the hand, giving a little pressure through the arm, cross chest, open, rolling all the way open as much as you can, arm open to the side, and then exhale and come on back, tracing cross chest and down the arm. This is both grounding for the nervous system, the trace of your hand across your body, excuse me, as well as here we are stimulating the lung meridian, and that's from Chinese medicine, meridians, and inviting a wash of the tide of that lung meridian and deeper, fuller breaths again, a gentle opening cross chest. So, playing with this with your breath, we're going to go about 5 or 6 more. If you need to, you could take 2 breaths going across. If you can, just slow the breath down a little more, but still get as much breath as you can. Maybe at the top of the breath, at the top of that stretch there, you pause and then follow the exhale to trace that stream back across. Last 2 or 3 breaths on this side in this way. I'm going to go one more. And take your time. As you come back to the hands, we're going to switch a little different practice. Same shapes with the legs, and make like the top hand is going to draw a rainbow on the ground. So we'll take our red color there, if you will, and clear any uh, thing overhead out of your way, and draw on the ground as much as you can. It may be that the arm lifts up because the shoulder's tight. That's fine. Open as far as you can. You can roll the head. If it makes you dizzy, don't roll the head, and come on back. Okay. So with your breath, grab your orange chalk and let's draw a big rainbow on the floor, overhead, all the way as much as you can. Keep the hand connected to the earth as much as you need to. Of course, let it float. If and there should be no pain with it going all the way. Maybe sensation of resistance or grabbing, and that's okay. That'll change. We're going to go about 5 more now. So inhaling your yellow. Yeah, this may be a couple breaths if you're moving slowly. We just want to have long, slow breaths, deep, full breaths, and full movement, full, slow, mindful movement. Noticing what's happening in that shoulder, what muscles it is, where it catches, how it feels, how it changes as we go. Let's just do 2 or 3 more on this side. Green, indigo, violet, green, indigo, violet, rainbow, diamond light, wherever you're at. Breathing all the colors of your experience with your breath. Please continue as you like with that, or come back to center and just flip your body around. I'm going to flip it around the harder way. You just flip it around the easier way, or as you like. if you want to still see your screen. And setting up 90-degree angle of hip, knee, ankles. Block behind the sacrum there, just to remind you we're keeping that sacrum perpendicular and the SI joint or your sacroiliac joint connected or set up. And bottom hand is straight out from the shoulder. Support your head as needed so that neck feels relaxed, but there's some stretch there. And then reach your top hand as you're ready, past the bottom hand. And then pull back, little press down into the hand and the arm. And big breath, inhaling, cross shoulders, opening the chest. And exhale and roll it on back. Soft jaw, so you also get that neck shoulder release where you can. Waves of breath, waves of energy, washing anything sticky here out of the neck and shoulders. Feeling that spiraling that you're doing through the spine, little washing machine into the organs there. I'm going to go about 4 or 5 more. 3 or 4 more, 3 to 5 more. Somewhere around 4. Last one on this side. Take your time. When you come back to neutral, grab your chalk and let's go for 7 to 9 breaths, drawing a rainbow overhead, keeping the hand as connected to earth as you can, and being with whatever else is there. Make a bolster. Inhaling, drawing that rainbow, open heart, open chest, welcoming life, all of it. And exhale, pouring out, letting go what you're done with. May it become compost. Trusting these cycles of opening and closing. Receiving and letting go. Let's go about 3 more. And take your time. If you feel something's just melting or moving there for you, please stay with it longer. Otherwise, remove your block and come on back to center to lie on the back. Hug your knees into your chest and just give yourself a little rock into the spine to neutralize. At the same time, again, notice the movement of energy, the aliveness in your body. Stay being just with that, or take the knees into separate circles and just draw some circles and massage into your hip sockets. Again, notice your jaw and maybe invite your jaw also into circles, kind of like wow, 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 with your mouth. Maybe take those circles in the opposite direction or kind of steer them around. And then hug in. All right, so you're welcome to roll over and press up to sit to end your practice, or take your bolster back or all of your props back and just begin how we ended, uh, and how we began, rather. Full circle, beginnings and endings, often the very same things. So find your way into any final resting shape that's right for you. Maybe again you support your hips and your spine. Maybe sit into a meditative seat. We're going to do a little, again, sort of yoga nidra, or tension with breath, and then relaxing. So if you will, either lying down or sitting up in a very comfortable way. So if you're sitting up, let your hips be lifted and your legs fully supported on the earth. Your spine tall, and if it's hard to keep that in any way, please sit back against a wall or into a seat. Wherever you're at, inhale into your feet, spread the toes, inhale, inhale, tense, tense, tense. Exhale, let go. Inhale into your feet, the soles of your feet, all of it, toes, maybe into the ankles. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, let go. Inhale, big and bright, into your lower legs, your calves, your shins. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, let go. Inhale into the whole feet, lower legs, knees, behind the knees. Squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, inhale. Let go. Inhale into your thighs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, inner and outer thighs. Inhale, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let go. Inhale, thighs, front and back, inner and outer, and your glutes. Inhale, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let go. Inhale again, upper legs, hips, thighs, and the whole circumference of the hips all the way around. Let go. That's a big one. Focus on the hips and the psoas, the front and back of the hips, the sides of the hips. Inhale, full circumference. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let go. Inhale, your belly and your lower back. Inhale, tense, tense, tense. Let go. Inhale, low belly, low back. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Let go. Inhale, your chest. Squeeze. Tense, tense. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale. Let go. Inhale, your upper back, shoulder blades, between the shoulder blades. Let go. Inhale, upper chest, upper back, shoulders. Inhale, inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let go. Inhale, upper back, chest, shoulders, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, just the shoulders, squeeze. Let let go. Inhale, shoulders, arms, hands. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let go. Inhale, shoulders, arms, upper back, all of it. Upper torso, squeeze. Inhale, just your hands, stretch them out, squeeze. Exhale, release. Inhale, fists, squeeze. Release. Inhale, our necks are tense enough. Let's not. Inhale, face, gather up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let go. Inhale, your face, your jaw. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let that jaw go. Inhale, full body breath, all parts. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale, melt, melt, melt. Slower inhale from the bottom up. Inhale, lower. Inhale, middle. Inhale, upper. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, melt. Upper, middle, lower. Inhale, full body breath, full body squeeze like a big, big hug for your whole body. And exhale, letting go. Inhale, wash your face with your breath. Letting go of any residual tension. Inhale, wash your mind with your breath. Let your jaw and tongue be soft. Inhale, wash your heart with your breath, with your yes to life. Let go of any holding or fear there. Inhaling, washing the spine. That clear channel of your life force with your breath. Melting away. Inhale, washing the organs. Exhale, melting any tension. Inhale, washing the lower organs, the hips, the seat, the pelvis, the genitals. Washing away any stagnancy there again. Letting go, lower body washing out through the legs. Washing out through the feet. Full body breath, full body awareness. Rest in spacious awareness. Rest and observe yourself breathed. Imagine into what it will be to give this body back to the earth with a big letting go. The Maha, the great letting go back into oneness. Letting our spirit and our mind open back to the sky, to expansiveness, to great mystery. Letting go. Practicing for death, giving back. Letting go of the life that we are done with. And really, fully celebrating the blessing of life that we still have. However much, however little, right now, alive. Right now, sky is breathing the earth of your body. Right now, you are held and supported and celebrated. Right now, you are healing, changing, perfect and beautiful. Right now, everything that feels painful will work out. Right now, everything that feels delightful will come to an end. Right now, this one breath. Right now, fully alive, giving thanks to our ancestors, to our beloveds, to all of our teachers, to the beauty and wonder all around us. I encourage you to stay resting or in meditation as long as it's right for you. When you're ready to come back, invite those breaths to deepen and lengthen. With your yes to life, welcome the breath. Welcome this gift of life. Welcome your own fullness, the fullness of your experience here and now. And let that fullness of breath and life force be what leads you back to movement, back to a seat, back to walking or dancing or communicating into your day. And I hope that you find many, many ways to kiss the earth and many, many ways to celebrate yourself and life today. I'm honored to share this practice with you. Thank you. There's many more on YouTube, restorative things and so forth for all parts of the body. Find what you need somewhere. Namaste.